Rob Ellis, Horizontal Land Partners. Today we're in the middle of looking at a site in Coachman Drive. Let's see here. Forest, flatland, fill import. Let's see here. We talk about frontage and access, landlocked, no platted public street frontage as is. Coachman and Captain dead end near this parcel, but Captain has a 300 right-of-way segment close to the boundary, 2,000 potential from Irondale Street. This is one of the biggest ones. So this is our feasibility site infrastructure budget, how much the lots. So we're continuing to do our due diligence here on this parcel. We're looking at the overlays, the layering map. Okay, so it looks fine. Let's see what other overlays we can add on here. Community map, dark gray enhanced, colored pencil, territory. Let's see here. Streets, outlines. Let's look at the outlines. That doesn't do anything. Geography, imagery, NAIP, national navigation, outlines, terrain, topographic. We probably want topographic with outlines. They're still pretty bad. I wouldn't call that a topographic map. US topo. That's a little better. So it goes down to 40. This goes away after you do that. All right, let's see what else we got. Terrain. Light gray, mid-century. Navigation. Dude, they're so bad. These maps are so horrible. Now, this is a very advanced. We normally wouldn't go this far into this, but we're gonna. So we already know. I think it's down here. Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay, so this is, let's double check our shapes. So across, it's gonna come straight up and down. It ends about here. Okay. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna put an outline, area of interest. Straight down. Okay, we have an area of interest now. Okay, we're just gonna pull some initial data here. This will probably help us. It'll be able to just give some initial. We can look at, okay, so we're gonna go, I have the USDA report for soils on a site in Florida. I need basic preliminary info on a site. What should I pull? Map right. Select contours or elevation. Wow, that's amazing. 1 foot. That's great. Where's the 1 foot? Two eight five 4 6 285. This is very, very technical. I'm not seeing it. That's a problem. Oh, even the streets. That's crazy. So it looks like some of these might have been taken out. Now, where are the contours? Because I don't see it. I would say you can definitely bring it out of the floodplain. It's hard to say. Let's look here. This is a much better one, though. I've seen topo view. Let's see here. It's right here. This says 36 feet, 33 feet. The neighboring properties are 41 feet. Up here, they are 36 feet. Over here, they are 41 feet. So what we do is we will basically show the blue dots in the various corners of the site. We're going to say the neighboring properties are around 41 feet, right? That's kind of the edges of the site. The center of the site's around 35 feet. We're basically pulling the perimeters. We're going to come down here to about here. That is 33 feet. So we can estimate soils composition and how much we're going to have to bring. It's going to be 33 feet right here. All right, boom. We're going to come over to, I'd say that's pretty good. I didn't see any. That's pretty good. 32 feet, 34, 32. There we go. So the lowest points are 32 feet, 35, right? The street level over here is at 35, which it is. I think that we're going to have to go above that. Um, it says it's prone for floods. But if you look at here, you take it out of the, we have to look up a Loma. If you look up here, these are out of it, which is for some of this is, but these are a little bit too low. Some of these may still be in a flood zone, but we want the entire thing brought up. So we're gonna have to bring it up 5 feet across 25 acres. That's if we did the whole thing. We have to look at lowering it. So they might want us to create these buffers. We can use some of the soil. So we can use a lot of soils from on site to push some up and push some down, but to get some to that net developable, we're gonna need substantially more. And then we're gonna look up here. Loma removal history. We're gonna see what the base flood elevation is. Search all products, letter of map change. Here we go. Okay. This is the last part of what we have to do here. And then we have to set the BFE. And it says we got this. We're gonna type in input address, select letters of map change. Letters of map change. Loma. Look under Lomas of map. All right, we'll give that. Look under the LOMCs on map tab after searching your address. LOMC. Only place. I'll click letter of map change. Then it said select letter of map. LOMCs on map. LOMCs on map. Florida. Volusia County. We are in Deltona. Where's the map though? That's crazy. LOMR. It's like letters of map change. All right, let's see what it says we should do. No one's doing this deep of a dive for a parcel. Click letter of match, change batch files. Florida, Volusia County, search by the street name or Deltona. Whether it was removed, case number, theme, direct address, Coachman Drive. Yes, can you look? I have some screenshots that show the lowest elevation is around 32 feet and the neighboring parcel is outside of the zone at around 40 feet, but 35 feet shows the public road is not high enough. So I think the BFE will be higher, probably between 36 and 40 feet, but we should assume 40 feet. I attached the screenshots. Can you do a write-up on what you see here, which is that the site to the north has flood risk and the various elevations of those parcels. Let's look here. Our, this is all the way along here. 38 to 39 feet. So I think BFE will be around 40 feet. So we have to estimate if we use the soils from site and lower the site and raise it up in others, how we can get the total site developable, which will require basically raising the site on average 5 feet across 20 acres. That's so much soil. which is the whole point of a CDD. We need to calculate this cost. And in addition, the cost of infrastructure, which is 30K a lot. The lot sizes we want on this parcel are 50 by 135 feet, with the net developable at 75%. But we put together the entire infrastructure and including the right of way of 18,000 square feet that will need to be raised up, and we can calculate total incentive package needed on our initial option. Okay, we're gonna go back to our original because we've already done this a lot. Back to our write-up, which is here maybe? Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. We'll see how many cubic yards of soils. We're also gonna need compaction, massive geotechnical. I don't know if it's a large enough site to warrant all that, but to be honest, it doesn't matter the size of the site. It matters what you can pay and what you can build and if it's feasible. And if you can get the community development overlays that you need. If we had to bring it up, it may be able to strip, redistribute, and build a pond network. Let's look at taxes. What would taxes be? How many lots annually on that many lots if the average value is 350,000? And how could we get a full tax abatement and use a CDD to cover this infrastructure needed? What is Florida's version of a CRA? That's Ohio. Can we bypass school votes like in Ohio. Talking about the use of a CRA bypass. There are laws in Ohio that allow if it's a certain number of years or not 100%. Is it the same in Florida? So it's even better. No school board, TIF, use of funds up to 40 years, stackable with CDD. That's wrong. Applicable to residential. You construct the Deltona with a CDD to fund infrastructure and create or leverage a CRA district to fund it without worrying about school board pushback. Okay, so can you do a full write-up on how this would be structured and how to initiate it on this site and time frame, along with a replat for higher density entry-level housing? Um, Execute option, ESA, community redevelopment area inclusion or expansion, entitlement, RPUD, CDD, 30-year bonds, creates a redevelopment trust, land, target RPUD with net density of that. Let's see what the smallest lots are. I think we need to push for a higher yield. Presumed RE, RPUD, Deltona, okay. What is the smallest public builder lots in Deltona or entry level currently that you can find? Some might be 110, 50 by 110, 40 by 110. Depends on the side yard requirements. We know that there's people that will build smaller, but I think we should to allow for higher yield and lot exit. We need to structure it that way. I think 5-foot side yards for a 30-foot wide product is common in length of 135 feet would be good. Can you do a rewrite here and show the lot sizes and yield exit price is 60K a lot? And show the development feasibility pathway. Let's see if I had this. I thought I had it on another tab. No. using all of the data from this work session and match this one. This is a different pathway. There's no way that someone is doing this kind of due diligence. Update it with all this info and part one in full. This is the full pathway. This was a better structure. Frontage, right of way dedication, pretty city preferred strategy, bond, infrastructure municipal bond strategy, site infrastructure budget. Make sure the full budget is in here. You left some out. engineering, environmental, legal, plating, CRA, soft cost, pre-dev, sand fill, infrastructure, engineering, CDD is MSBU in Florida. So MBSU is for the public portion and CDD is private, or how are they used together? These would all be public roads as well in this subdivision. Approximately, let's see here, 53,000 linear feet of double loaded streets. It's 40. Let's see here. Is this less than taxes? Can you show what tax assessments would be on a 350 house? I think that's very realistic. Just update the existing section. Okay, we're finally there. That was super complex. All roads, 3,000, engineering, environmental, wetlands, wildlife, legal, plating, CRA, soft costs, financing, recovery through a CDD, bondable for site work, estimated annual percentage of 4,300, CRA overlay, fund public if adopted. Okay, there you go. Three, primary recovery through a CDD, bondable for site work and internal, city managed. I think we need the, we need the overlay or it's not feasible. It should be introduced very early before substantial investment. Do you agree? Are there any in Deltona? Are we within it? You add that to this along with how long it takes. Rate this 1 to 10. It's got to be in the nines. What? 8? Let's clean it up, but don't remove any. Add the builders active in Deltona and what price points and how necessary this is, as anything less than 400K is non-market rate and incentive driven. This incentive stacking is absolutely mandatory with cooperation from the municipality and county. Okay, so this is our final version of what we call a development feasibility. This is in, this is a development feasibility exhibit A as part of our option contract. Did you see the original structure? Yes, modify as needed to reflect others. And also show development value potential range. And land basis, which is maximum 18% of project cost, and how to hit a return. The municipal bonds are required. And additional structure. This is a very, very, very complex structure. Much stronger. Okay. So this is our first part. This is one of our toughest yet. But we're gonna have a lot of these, so it's important to kind of calculate it up front. Um, okay. So this is what it looks like. These take about 3 hours. Alrighty. Entry level residential subdivision. Gosh, I don't think anyone's gonna touch these pieces of land. Okay, we got that. Then we basically need to pull in the data and we're gonna make an offer. So let's get rid of some of this stuff. We've got all of our answers. Um, civil environmental, geotechnical. Let's see, this is a massive investment to deliver not only 130 plus or minus housing units here, but also up to another 400 to 500 across the other two parcels. Their land parcels are not on the market, but we will make them an offer at the same. I think due to the due diligence of this site, it's very complex. What do you think? Just make sure we have in the package. Add it into the component. When was this area built out? In the 70s? And what are these homes taxes right now? Very close by based on any sale. So we have to look at, we have to look at how much the, taxes are here. Because we can't just bring a new neighborhood. We want to look at like what something like this is going for. Selling lots for 60 grand. Let's take a look at these right here. 2005. Yep, there you go. Too big. Too big, too big. The lots are too big. Bedrooms are too large. Yep, that's about right. So the taxes are right. We just want to double check that the 6,000 is correct. So we're also giving them better purchasing power. Alrighty, we got it. All right, now we're gonna write a option to contract. Let's clear all this out. Way too many tabs open. All right, so now we're gonna go to um, Great. We're good to go. I'm tired of working on this deal. So we are going to get this submitted. This is a very thorough contract, very thorough package. If they don't take this, they would be silly. We have to create the community development district and then we can acquire the land. We need plenty of time to do that. Uh, yep. All right, very simple. Yeah. And so if we don't want to go over here, we don't have to. This needs a lot of soils. We'd have to do this. These are very difficult sites that have been on the market for years. This is, but it's Florida, and that's what people like to see. Um, I think that so we're gonna put this package together and get it submitted. That's everything. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.